Namaskar. Welcome to this edition of News Bulletin. In the headlines today, overhauled locomotive commissioned at Traffic and Raw Material Department of SAIL, Rourkela Steel Plant. And contract labor of Rourkela Steel Plant awarded under Instant Recognition Scheme. Now, the news in detail. In a function organized at Traffic and Raw Material Department of SAIL Rourkela Steel Plant on 25 December 2020, Mr. P.K. Dash, ED Works, commissioned the overhaul locomotive number 1416. Mr. S. Mahanti, CGM In-Charge Services, Mr. T.T. Lahiri, CGM TNRM, and other officers and employees of the department also attended the function organized in strict adherence to COVID-19 guidelines. Mr. Dash took stock of the overhaul locomotive and drove the engine. He exhorted the collective to make best use of the locomotive and help the plant further enhance its performance. He also urged them to ensure overall safety in the department. It may be noted that locomotives are essential equipments for movement of internal and external rolling stocks and are directly related to production and dispatch of finished products of the steel plant. These locomotives are being maintained by Loco Maintenance Section of Traffic and Raw Material Department. The section has two shops, Loco Light Repair Shop and Loco Heavy Repair Shop. All the preventive and breakdown maintenance of the locomotives except periodic overhauling (POH) is being done in-house. Notably, POH is the most exhaustive preventive maintenance schedule and RSP is getting it done at the Indian Railways Workshop, Tiruchirappalli. All mechanical, electrical and pneumatic assemblies and sub-assemblies are overhauled. Complete rewiring, denting and painting of the locomotive is done in the schedule. The locomotive number 1416, manufactured by Messrs. Diesel Locomotives Works, Indian Railways, Varanasi, was procured and commissioned in the year 1993. The locomotive was sent on for periodical overhauling at Golden Rock Indian Railways Workshop, Tiruchirappalli in September 2020. The same was received back at RSP on 20th December 2020 after periodic overhauling. Notably, the earlier POH of loco number 1416 was done in the year 2006. The locomotive will be used for transportation of raw materials, finished and semi-finished products through captive as well as railway wagons. Notably, RSP has a fleet of 29 such locomotives. Overhauling of the locomotives has improved its reliability, availability and horsepower, which will result in smooth internal and external movement of rolling stock. The function was coordinated by Mr. K. M. Kumar, GM, TNRM. A special award function under Instant Recognition Scheme was organized at Conference Hall of RMHP Department of Rourkela Steel Plant on 22nd December. Mr. Arabinda Mishra, CGM RMHP, was the chief guest on the occasion. Mr. Mishra presented the awards of 6 contract labours of Mrs. Kalyani, 8 contract labours of Mrs. Durga Construction and 4 contract labours of Mrs. Tarini, total 18 contract labours engaged in RMHP area. Present on the occasion were Mr. T.G. Kaneka, GM PL Projects, Mr. S.S. Rai Chaudhary, GM Operation RMHP, Mr. B.B. Kaur, GM Operation and other senior officers and concerned contractors. The function was held in strict adherence to the COVID-19 guidelines. It may be noted that the contract labours were awarded for their exemplary contribution towards sanitization of all control pulpits, operator cabins, control rooms, restrooms and offices at up to 80 locations in the RMHP department on regular basis thrice daily since 24th March 2020, which enabled proper sanitization of the workplace and helped in continuing the production without any interruptions. Mr. Aravinda Mishra appreciated the efforts and hard work of the awardees and encouraged them to put their best efforts in these pandemic times. Mr. T.G. Kanekar also appreciated the efforts of the contract laborers amidst these tough times and also appreciated the department for recognizing the efforts put by these contract laborers. Mr. H.N. Yadav, manager RMHP, coordinated the award function. Notably, this was the 45th award function under Instant Recognition Award Scheme, and till date, 320 contract laborers have been awarded under the scheme. With this, we wrap up the Sunday News Bulletin of Rourkela Still Television. Namaskar.